What is up, Rocket Nation? Hello, YouTube. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let's play some Assassin's Creed Shadows. And as you guys see, we are not in a normal place. We're sort of picking up right by where we left off in the last episode, in which we uncovered a conspiracy to kidnap children around Osaka. It was a cool side quest that was called the Butterfly Collector. Of course, we were able to unfold the mystery, so to speak, pun intended. And we were able to prevent the Butterfly Collectors from kidnapping any more children, and also put an end to the 4 main conspirators, including one that was actually right by where we are today. So if we actually go on the map, you're going to see that we are just outside of Osaka Castle. And of course, one of those conspirators in the Butterfly Collector quest was actually located right here in the garden, actually right around there. Her name was Kacho when we defeated her, but I figured today we might as well, like I said in the last episode, every single episode, I want to start doing a castle walkthrough, because there are so many castles throughout the entire game. Just having a quick sort of a resource for you guys to go to quickly complete a castle. This one today, we're going to probably complete in around 6 to 8 minutes. It shouldn't take that long at all. We're actually going to get a legendary chess piece for this. Of course, we're going to kill 3 Daisho in here. So this is a rather large castle, by the way. This is pretty big. But we got 3 Daisho to defeat. We're going to get a mastery point for each one of those 3 Daishos as we kill them. And then 3,300 XP. So we're going to actually get some major gains out of this. This is going to be a pretty good boost in power for us. So we're actually going to start off right here. So you guys see where I was at on the map. Again, I'll just zoom in so you guys can see exactly where. We're just outside of the upper construction site, and you're going to see that there is going to be a codex entry outside here. So let me give you guys a look around so you guys can sort of pick out where we're at. Of course, we are in winter time now, so but let's go ahead and see. This is actually going to be a codex entry for Osaka Castle, and just behind that, we're going to be able to come right through here. And for a large portion of this beginning here, we're actually not going to be in hostile territory, but that will change as soon as we get over this wall straight ahead of us. So what we're going to do is come right over here. We're actually going to climb on top of this wooden fence. Then once on here, we're going to follow it along, jump to the next one, and then we're just going to hit LB and make our way up to the top here.
This place is on alert.
Make sure that you do get in the sneak mode. We're going to go around the back here, jump over to this fence, then we're going to jump on this rooftop, then over to here, make our way over to here, and then right down below us is going to be our first Daisho, and they will be eliminated. Then we're just going to hop up here. Now, don't mind if you do sort of get spotted here. It's not going to be that big of a deal, so we are going to end up getting spotted here. But like I said, not a big deal. We're just going to sort of continue along the wall here. We'll jump down here, make our way across up inside of this construction site. And if we're lucky, once we get here, there should be another Daisho not too far away from us. He's actually not here yet. So you sort of have 2 choices. You can sort of wait, or you can actually make your way up on top of the higher building here, and you can actually see him making his way along now. So we can jump down here, and then there is our second Daisho defeated just like that. Gonna go ahead and loot him. Then from here, we're gonna make our way back up on top where we just came from. We'll jump over to here. And again, not going to matter if you get seen here. It's really not that big of a deal. The Daishos are kind of far apart. So even if somebody spots you like that, it's not that big of a deal. So we're just going to make our way over here onto the rooftops. Going to stick along the rooftops here. And then we're going to go to the big, tall sort of pagoda building. And then when we get to the edge here, we're just going to hit LB. And it's going to allow us to grapple on top of this building, and then we're going to make our way to the front of it. And if we actually look down to our left, our Daisho, next Daisho, should be coming very soon here. Where is he at? He should be right below us right now. There he is right there. I was going to say, he should be coming any second now. We are actually kind of going fast if he's ahead of us. But we can actually drop down right here. And if we're just patient enough, You're going to see him come right up underneath us here. It appears that maybe he is been alerted somehow. But there you go. Now he is down. We can go ahead and loot him. And now we are actually free to go and loot the chest. But before we loot the chest, one thing that I do want to do here is make sure that we use up all of our scouts now. So now we have 6 scouts that are available to use. We're actually going to make our way down inside the basement of the large building. It's going to be one guy for us to kill right here. And then if we go inside here, there's going to be 3 bundles of resources. All of them are going to be wood for us to gather up. We're going to go get all 3 of these. So by the time we're done with this, you're going to have used up all 6 of your scouts. And we will have all 3 of the Daishos, of course, already dead. But they'll be dead. Also, we'll have our legendary. We're going to get the viewpoint here as well. It's going to be a lot of things that we get done here today. I'm going to try and cram as much in this episode as humanly possible. We also got ourselves a Kasurigama. And once we're done, we're going to make our way back out. Again, doesn't matter if you get seen here. You can assassinate if you would like to. But we're actually going to come up in here. We'll climb out, and we're going to make our way up to the rooftop now. And we're actually going to have ourselves another codex entry as well. It's going to be located just over our shoulder near the top. That one's going to be for the province of Setsu Azumi, and I didn't get a chance to read the last one. And then we're just going to come right up in here, and here is our legendary chest, which is going to contain our legendary chest piece, the Peasant's Clothes. And if we go in and actually have a look at the Peasant's Clothes, you're going to see that this one has a legendary perk on it that it says attacks have a 3% chance to remove 1 health segment on hit, which is actually not horrible if you're fighting an enemy with lots of health segments, I guess. But for me, not going to be one of my favorite legendaries, that's for sure. But still, legendaries are legendaries. We want to collect them all, right? They're like Pokemon. So now let's come up here. We're going to get our viewpoint. Never gets old. And now essentially the last thing that we need to do is use up all of our scouts. So we're going to jump down from here. We're going to go ahead and hop out. Make sure you are in sneak mode here. We're going to go up the ladder. You might start to get spotted here. Don't worry about it. We're just going to assassinate this guy. And then we're going to jump off the side into this bale of hay. You can see an enemy just moved away. So we're going to make our way along here. We will assassinate him. And then we're going to go inside here, and there's going to be a bundle of crops in here. We're also going to get a chest. Remember, these chests can give you a random item for your hideout, a random piece of gear, or a random engraving. This one's going to give us pine trees, flora for the hideout. We'll go ahead and assassinate this guy as we come out, and then we're going to make our way up on top of here. Don't worry, if you start to get spotted here, you should be able to get across here without getting fully spotted. So we're going to assassinate this guy. Now you can go ahead and sprint now, make your way across over here. We're going to cross over the roof. Now we're going to get into sneak, jump down. Make our way along the fence. We'll assassinate this guy, and then we're going to jump right into the water. Get up on top of this wall. Once you get up there, make sure you go into sneak mode, and then you can sprint along the side here. And then once here, we are actually going to dive down. And you can see we have an enemy here and here. This guy is sleeping. So we're actually going to go ahead and run and assassinate him real quick. And then we're going to come back over here, jump up on top of these buildings. And this part can get a little sketchy at times, but we're going to just aim, and we're going to throw that right there, and that should kill 2 enemies right there. Now, if you want, you can go into to Eagle Vision, sort of spot everybody around. This will get everybody kind of riled up. You can go around and do this silently if you want. So we're going to go ahead and get a kill on that guy. One on that guy as well. Assassinate there. And now we're going to use our Shadow Strike ability to take this guy out. Now, the other guy was a worker. He's going to run and try and get help, but you should be able to empty out the rest of the stuff before anybody ever gets notified. One is actually on his way over right now. Hopefully he doesn't see us in time. But of course, another small bundle, a large bundle, and also a decorative item. Now we're going to actually come over this way.
Someone!
We'll just assassinate him so he doesn't go and run and tell anybody. But inside of this building, there's going to be another couple of small bundles for us to grab. And then from here, we have another one of the sheds. This is going to have a large bundle of minerals in it. Another one of the random chests, which is going to give us all kinds of stuff. What are we going to get out of this one? We got another random item for the hideout, and then a small bundle of material or minerals. And then in here is going to be a chest, another one of the random chests. That one gave us a piece of gear, and that is everything. Just like that, we are done. That was well under 10 minutes, and then you can climb up this wall, out the side. And just like that, we have finished off Osaka Castle in no time at all. So there we go. Very nice, very quick as well. And I think we are ready to go on back to the hideout, actually. So there's some things that now we can actually go and do back at the hideout. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring you guys with me. We're just going to go and fast travel back to the hideout. And we are going to do some more upgrades because we should have all the materials we need right now for the upgrades that I want to do. So first things first, when we get back here, of course, there has been a season change. So we're going to grab the materials out of the box and we're going to make our way inside. We're going to go to the work table. And we are actually going to make our last real big upgrade to the hideout. This will essentially, if you want, after this, you can kind of put an end to, if you're not into the hideout, you don't really like it, you can, this is really all that you have to do. And we're less than 10 hours, or we're probably about maybe 12 hours into the game or 15 hours by this point. But we're actually going to do the last two upgrades to the Kakarega. Says the Kakarega now will offer provincial rumors that reveal locations of collectibles, unique treasures, and more. From here, scouts can also be assigned to clear regional alerts. So if we ever do get wanted, we can hire scouts from here to actually get rid of our wanted level, which is kind of awesome. You do lose out on the scout, but totally worth it if you don't want to have guardians chasing you around, which we haven't actually encountered any guardians at this point. But also, we're going to get a small tutorial on the seasonal provincial rumors here in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and buy this upgrade. That brings it to a tier 2 Kakarega, and then we're going to go ahead and go right to the tier 3. This says adds additional Kakarega locations around Japan and reduces the cost of those Kakarega by 30%. So it used to be, I believe it was 800 per Kakarega. Now, if we actually back out of here, because that is the last that we're going to do, if we back out of here, we can go to the menu, or to the map. I said go to the map. I said go to the map. And we can actually see that now the Kakarega only costs 665 mon instead of 800. So definitely worth it, because there's lots of Kakarega out there for you to get your hands on. And I didn't mean that in a dirty way, like it came out. But from right here, we are now going to come in here. And we're going to go to the Kakarega. So like I said, at this point, if you wanted to just be done with the Kakarega, you could be, or I'm sorry, done with the hideout. You could be just done with the hideout and not do any more. And get all the max benefits out of the hideout that you want. But I do still want to be able to build out the dojo. The dojo is going to allow us to upgrade our allies. So Yaya and any other allies that we pick up along the way. So I am going to go and grab the contracts, but you'll see now as we enter into the contract, or the board, the contract board, or whatever it is, you'll see that we have a tutorial for opportunities. It says opportunities in provinces will be posted on their contract board, just like contracts. They will help you uncover new content in the world, and opportunities cannot be declined. So we actually back out of here. On the left-hand side down below, you'll see that there is a port trader that we're being pointed towards, and this will be This will put a circle on the map for us. I'll actually show you what they look like. But we can find a port trader that we have not located yet, and also a shrine that we have not located yet. All of these will be within the same area that you accept them in. So, of course, this is Azumi Setsu, where the hideout is. These will be located within Azumi Setsu. Also, I did forget to do one of my contracts in the last episode, but that's all right. We're going to go ahead and take all the contracts that we possibly can. And then if we go and look at the world map, you'll notice that we got our contracts, but we also have these circles that have now been added in. So there's a port trader for us to go and actually see over here, and also a shrine. And of course, a shrine we know by now is going to get us another knowledge point as well. We're not going to do those two today. What we are going to do is we have a quest to do, and we're also going to go and get all of these 3 contracts done. We're going to kind of clean up this side of Azumi Setsu today. So by the end of the day, we're kind of going to have most of this stuff cleared out, and then we got a big main quest to do. But the first thing that we're going to do right now is going to be a different kind of samurai. This is a quest for Jinjiro. It says Jinjiro has snuck away into the forest to do some secret training. Return to Jinjiro. So this quest can only be done as Yasuke. But before we leave and go and do this quest, I figured this might be a good time to go ahead and spend some of the mastery points now, because we just got 3 more. We have quite a few mastery points for us. And the first thing that we are actually going to go into for Naoe in the assassin tree. So we're going to go to the assassin tree, and we are actually going to take Vigor 1. So this is going to be the first point that we're going to spend. This is, I mean, it's obviously going to cost us a little bit of points, but having an extra adrenaline chunk is going to be huge for us, because it seems like at this point in the game, you're probably not feeling like Naoe builds her adrenaline as fast as Yasuke does. So you might feel a little bit behind in some situations. After we have taken that, we're actually going to go into the katana tree now. And from here, we're actually going to take dodge attacks. So now I'm going to sort of give you guys an ability to fight outside of stealth. I know at this point you might be like, man, I'm kind of sick of doing stealth. I'm liking Yasuke. For those that want to fight outside a little bit better, the dodge attack is going to be amazing, because this allows you to dodge, and then immediately after you can press RB and it will put you right back into the fight. And this can be so useful, especially when you add in the generator passive. So this adds the dodge attack. The dodge attacks now generate 10% of an adrenaline chunk on hit. So that's amazing. And then the next 1 point that we're going to spend is going to give us an extra 40% damage to that. That's actually huge. And this will quickly become one of your favorite abilities. You're going to find yourself dodging and then immediately going back in with the attack. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Oh, and then from there, we are going to go into the shinobi tree. And we are going to take 2 things. One is going to be called Heightened Senses. So it says, while undetected, time slows down around Naoe for 8 seconds. Aborts on enemy contact. So if you do hit an enemy, it does abort it. But this is going to, for those of you guys that might not be great at the sneaking and the stealth, or you might not be very patient, this allows you to sort of activate an ability. While you're undetected, you can scoot by everybody. They're not able to see you by the time you're out of their viewpoint, and then you can actually get to where you want to go, maybe make an assassination like you see here in the little video or whatnot. So that's going to cost us 5 points right there, leaving only 1 point left over. And with that point, we're actually going to take the vault passive. So this says, press B quickly after deflecting an attack with LB to jump over an enemy and make your target vulnerable. So it's just an extra way to make everybody vulnerable, right? That's always a good thing. So now from here, now that we got all of Naoe's points spent, we're actually going to jump over into Yasuke, and you'll see I actually have switched around some gear. I just put on all the best gear that I had for Yasuke, essentially. Let me bring you over to him. See, nothing much has changed except for we were using the Kanabo in the last episode. I've sort of done away with the Kanabo. You can see that I have actually switched to the long katana and also the bow. I want to make some use of the bow today as well. So the plan for this one today is we're going to just reset all of his mastery points. I kind of wanted to give you guys a look at what the gear that I sort of switched around there. But we're going to go ahead and reset pretty much everything for him. So we're going to go in here, go ahead and so if you guys don't know, you just go into the tree, press the X button or square on PlayStation, and then confirm with A, and you can reset everything. So that is exactly what we're doing. We're going to reset everything. We're going to start out in the samurai tree. first thing we're going to take is Vigor 1 and Vigor 2. These are great, just giving us extra ability points, or I'm sorry, extra adrenaline chunks for us to use. The next thing that we are going to take in here is all 3 in regeneration. So 1, 2, and 3, all of the regeneration points. These are super amazing, allowing us to get more health back as we kill enemies. More health you get back, obviously you don't have to use your rations. It's a extremely good passive right there. Probably one of his best passives in the entire game. The next thing we're going to go into is the long katana, and we are actually going to we are not going to put any more points back into payback. Even though this is a really good skill, it doesn't do all that much damage, and for 5 points we can get much more use out of sheathed attack. It says hold LB and press RB or RT to sheath the katana and launch a stronger strike that can break a target's guard. That's going to be 2 points. The next one is going to be sheath posture, which turns our sheathed attack into a posture attack now. And then we're also going to add another 20% damage on top of that, and that is it for our katana tree. Everything else is going to go into the bow tree today. We're going to start out with poison arrows. It unlocks a new arrow type that builds up poison affliction. Press down while aiming to select them. It's only 2 points. We're going to spend 2 more points to unlock silent arrows. Silent arrows have a 50% armor piercing, and they remove 2 health segments with headshots on unsuspecting targets. That's amazing, and it now allows us to have almost a stealthy way of playing with Yasuke as well. And now we're going to take also silent arrows 2, which removes an additional 2 health segments. So that's up to 4 health segments gone. That's going to cost us 3 points. We have 13 left in here, and we're going to use them all. Next thing we're going to take is larger quiver 1, which is going to increase the maximum capacity of all arrows by +10 and +3 for special arrows. And then we're going to take swift hand 1, 2, and 3, which is going to increase our draw speed by an extra 15%, which is massive. And then that last thing we're going to take here in the is marksman shot. This says when hitting a target's head with a posture shot, fire a second arrow by pressing the right trigger. Oh, we're going to put 1 in smarter, stronger, and then 2 in smarter, stronger. So right now we're going to have 8% less cooldown on abilities. So we are really going to be, you're going to feel that Yasuke is a whole lot stronger right now. So there it is. There's everything applied. Next thing we're going to go and do before we take off is make a trip over here to none other than our blacksmith. Things need to be done. Things need to be upgraded. It's been a minute since we've done those upgrades. So let's jump into them right away. At some point here in the future, I might be starting to show off some more. I kind of want to shift all over the place when it comes to builds for certain episodes, and also and sort of quickly bang out these builds and show you guys a build or some skills that I'm using, but also be able to show you guys the weapons that I'm using too. Show off different weapons. So the Surigama's on the way. Also the Naginata with Yasuke. We definitely got to show that off as well. But we are actually going to upgrade the Bloodshade. And I actually make sure that you select the highest level of it. I just wasted some resources right there. So make sure you hit left trigger once. It'll look, and if you look in the lower right hand side, it'll say upgrade to level 22. Make sure you're upgrading them all to their max level. Otherwise, it's kind of worthless to be doing it. It costs you more if you don't. We're going to go into the Tanto. Of course, we do have our Tanto here. We're going to upgrade that to 22. Next thing we're going to upgrade is going to be our helmet. We're going to upgrade that to 22. We should have all kinds of resources, so it shouldn't be much for you to... It should not be very hard if you've been following along with the playthrough to be able to make all of these upgrades along the way. Then the last thing we're going to upgrade is going to be the Oni's Fury. That is now at level 22 as well. Now, the next thing we're going to do is jump over to Yasuke's gear, and we're going to repeat that same process. We're going to start with this long katana. I know this is already 20, but no big deal. We'll just go ahead and spend those resources. Get them all caught up. The bow is going to be the next one. Now, with this bow, remember that special ammo instantly triggers its affliction on headshots. So we do have those poison arrows. Do not be afraid to use those poison arrows to inflict headshots and actually apply the poison damage to enemies. Remember, that is by aiming. You press left on the directional pad to equip the poison arrows. Or is it down? It might be down. But there we go. We're gonna bring that up to 22 as well. And then, of course, his gear. We'll start with the helmet. And you can sort of, honestly, this game is not that hard where you really have to worry about, I got to have the same rolls that Rocket Sauce has on his gear. It's not really that deep. You can get by just using what you have, the best of what you have, and adapting it to how you want to play. Or it doesn't even really matter about the perks in a lot of situations. Obviously, if you can get the proper perks on there right now at this point, it will help out. But you can see that some of our gear doesn't even have perks on it at this point. So there it is. We can go ahead and exit out. Everybody is all leveled up and everything. Now we are ready to head out. So like I said, we're going to have to make this journey as Yasuke. So we might as well go ahead and jump over to Yasuke right now. I love this outfit for him as well. I do have the helmet hidden on him. So if you guys don't know, if you go into the actual menu here, and if you hover over something, you can press right trigger to show or hide a helmet. So we are actually hiding the helmet for him right now. And we're unfortunately going to have to walk out the front gate here. You're going to have to actually physically walk out. And now that we are outside of the gate, we're going to go ahead and call up the horse. And we're going to make our way to our next quest, which is going to involve Jinjiro. So I'm just going to activate the Pathfinder. We'll follow Pathfinder all the way up there. I'm just going to pretty much keep you guys with me today. It's going to be quite a long episode, and it's going to be polished off by a really, really cool quest line as well. And we can see right here, we have reached Jinjiro. He's up here at the top of this hill. Let's go and speak with him. We might have to be anonymous. Let's see if these guys make their way up here. If they do, there's going to be a showdown. Jinjiro's gonna get a real show.
Just like Naoe.
He's here.
Okay, maybe not. Now remember, one great thing with Yasuke is he has the ability to chain together posture attacks one after another.
There is no way.
Oh, what an amazing move that was. It was so cool. Get him out of here. Now let's go kill this guy, because he's not going to sit back and just attack us. Now that he's vulnerable, this should finish him off. And this is fine because we still do have the farmer's quest that we have going on. And once we actually polish off the farmer's quest, that's going to be a chunk of XP for us as well. But that involves us actually taking out bandits. So those guys were bandits.
Yasuke! Master Sorin sent me a letter from Ki. I want to go and visit him while he's on his pilgrimage.
On your own?
I have to grow up. Take care of myself. Can you show me some samurai moves? That's how swordsmen start out their training, isn't it?
It is a bit more complex than that. But yes, if it pleases you, I will demonstrate. Observe closely. I first learned kata by watching my own teacher, Master Kamizomi.
I'm watching.
Pay attention to your balance, your movement. Let the blade serve as an extension of your will.
Oh.
And this is the one thing, a mini game that I am not good at and I screw up all the time. Easy. The only time I succeed is when I'm recording. Every other time I fail. If you do fail, you can hold down Y and restart it, by the way. It's a quicker way rather than waiting.
Your form is really good, Yasuke, sir.
You do not have to be formal, Junjiro. We have talked about this.
But you're a samurai. And you're teaching me. Master Sorin told me to always show respect.
Master Soren taught you much, it seems. But why do you want to study the sword? I have never seen this side of you.
I have to. It's my duty.
Is this about Naoe?
Yes. And what she did at Katano,
He wants revenge.
I'll never forget.
See?
The night we met you. The night we were surrounded by soldiers. I couldn't talk or move or anything. Like I was a statue. But Naoe stayed with me. She could have run, but she didn't. She protected me. And I want to do the same for her.
Oh.
For all my family.
Is that how you see us, Junjiro? The allies?
Well, yeah, I mean, Naoe's like my sister, Tomiko is more like my auntie, and you're like my
It is all right. How about we try the kata again? Together, this time.
Found himself a family, so he doesn't want revenge. I was wrong. He doesn't want the revenge. False alarm. I thought he was going to be assassin within the assassins. We are good. So now that quest is completed. All kinds of XP there for that one. Next thing that we are actually going to do is we're going to call up the horse. And not too far away, there is going to be a viewpoint that we have not done yet. But before we go and do that viewpoint, we're actually... I think what we're going to do is make our way over to this first. I think that one's going to be faster to go and do this first. Come to me. Butt Stallion! All right, let's go ahead and activate the Pathfinder. We'll go and polish off this contract here real fast, and then we'll make our way up to the viewpoint after. So you know what? We might as well do this. We do need to kill bandits.
Have a vengeance.
There we go. Little bit of XP for that as well. And we're not far away at all from this, so I'm just going to keep you guys, like I said, right with me here the entire way through today. I'm not really going to cut away for anything. Let's hop off. Let's punish this guy right away. This place is going to have a lot of archers in it, by the way. Oh, he withstood my kick. Well done. Get him before he can get that hit off. He got shot by his buddy. That should finish him. All right, we should probably go and take out the shooter before she does get us. She was kind of hidden by the bushes there. Go ahead and make him vulnerable. They're both vulnerable. I think that actually killed one of them.
You will be struck down.
A level up, thank you. These guys are quick. Catch him on the way in. Oh, amazing. That is so violent and awesome. Let's go grab all of our materials that can be around here. So there's some wood right here. And a whole bunch more goodies over here. Some crops, some minerals. By the end of this episode, we should be able to, or at least by the end of this season, we should be able to, I think that's everything here. Yeah, that's everything. We should be able to probably build the dojo and maybe do one upgrade to the dojo as well. All right, just waiting for the horse to catch up here. Now we're going to go ahead and head right over here. Our next objective is going to be the viewpoint. There should be some enemies at this viewpoint as well that we're going to slay as quickly as possible. And then we may end up having to switch over to Naoe for this. Of course, the viewpoints are, and it's kind of unfortunate the way that this was handled by Ubisoft, that just like if you want to get viewpoints, it's just so much easier to do it as Naoe. It is possible if you find the right way to climb up something to get it done with Yasuke, but it's just a whole lot easier if you're going to be doing the traversal in anything in the world that involves, you know, like getting the viewpoints, doing the shrines and stuff. It's just a lot easier with Naoe. Like I said, kind of unfortunate that that is the case in a lot of ways as well. So let's make our way up here. And actually, this one will not have any enemies at it. And we will be able to do this with Yasuke, but we're going to grab a box right here on the right. We got ourselves a placeable item. And now you can just tell right here how much slower Yasuke is at moving across. Like the balance is just not there. He's not as quick as Naoe. And I do like that in a lot of ways because then it makes them both feel unique. But at the same time, also makes you wish that Yasuke would learn to be more agile in a lot of ways. Or maybe as you move on through the game, that would change, but it doesn't. Another great view of the surrounding area. Now you can choose to go backwards and down, or you can just make the jump as we have a winter squall moving through. We're going to go ahead and jump down. And in the water here, there is a chest that we can loot. There's going to be some crafting materials. We did use up some of those crafting materials, so awkward way of doing that, but thank you. It's for the comic relief. I appreciate you. All right, next thing we're actually going to be moving on to is going to be the nearest thing that actually got spotted once we were up there, and it's going to be there's going to be a legendary chest here. So we're going to go get a new legendary. Let's go ahead and activate the Pathfinder. See which way the Pathfinder tells us to go. It's going to send us this way. We'll probably go, you know what? This probably would have taken us right by. Yeah, it would have taken us right by. So we probably should have started out with this. No biggie, though. I just figured I would do something a little bit different. At some point, whenever you do a walkthrough, eventually you've taught all that you can end up teaching, and it's going to turn into more of a let's play anyways. So I figured it might be nice to sort of just break away from the normal walkthrough, lots of cuts, lots of editing, and just do a normal let's play playthrough. It's crazy how much different this game looks when you get into like the winter seasons. Those of us that live in areas that have multiple seasons, I'm in Michigan, and we of course have all 4 seasons. And this view right here, as you're making your way up a trail, really makes me feel like we're going through an early winter area in the woods here in Michigan. Like you can see there's far less, like everything's sort of grayish. And far less leaves and stuff on the brush and the low brush. The fact that they were able to pull that off is actually kind of impressive. We're going to go ahead and jump off here. This is Tozuku's Lair.
I must be ready for a fight here.
We're just going to kick that guy off the wall.
Have a chance.
Is there anybody else here? Oh, well, good shot there, bud. Oh, brutal. And that is it. We'll grab some loot off of him. Some more materials here. We'll fill up our health with those rations. Nobody else has anything over here, so we'll grab this bundle right here. And I do believe over here there's something. Is it here? Is it inside? Can I fit inside here with him? There's a chest with a new helmet. It might be our helmet replacement right there, depending on what the perk is. Grab some more crops. And then inside of here, we're going to have our legendary chest. And this legendary item is going to be another legendary Tanto. So we're actually going to have to jump over and look at... Is it not going to let us? It's because we are in a wanted area, or a hostile zone. We actually get out of the hostile zone. We're going to be able to go in here and we can check out Naoe's gear. And this is going to be our second legendary Tanto. This one is called the Egon Sunset. It says slow down time on escape strike. This is very, very good. And you know what? I think I might show this off for you guys at some point today. This is extremely, extremely strong. Now, we already have the weak point attacks make enemies vulnerable a second time. But if you can do an escape strike, which has a massive amount of iframes to it, it's almost impossible to get hit while you're doing the escape strike itself. But then it slows down time, allowing you to use the leaping strike to get back in. And then you can slash away and then do another escape strike out to slow down time and then repeat that process. Really, really good legendary Tanto right there. I'll make use of that at some point today and show you guys exactly what that looks like. But from here, we do have another one of our... We actually have two that are within reach, don't we? We should probably go get this one first. So let's call up the horse. Activate the old Pathfinder. I didn't think I was going to like the Pathfinder at first. But now that I have begun using it for videos to sort of keep us all on track, like I just tell you guys, I'm going to hit the Pathfinder and follow that, and it always gives the exact same route every single time. I only know this from hundreds of takes doing things over and over again, but I really do enjoy this more than I actually thought I would. So we're only about 250 meters away here. So we'll go and knock out this one. We're going to go and do our another one, and then we're going to have a coffin that we're actually going to go and do. So we're going to be introduced to our first coffin that can only be done by Yasuke. There is a Ronin right here. Ronins with the Naganatas are actually quite hard to deal with. They are not easy to fight. Let's just kick that guy. Actually gonna make him vulnerable again. That's unfortunate. It happens sometimes. I actually dodged on those, so you might be wondering why that guy didn't hit me. I actually was doing perfect dodges on that. All right, let's go take this guy out. Now, all of these guys are going to be bandits too. So that's going to make a huge difference when it comes to, or it's going to make huge gains when doing the farmer's quest, if you guys remember that. So we're actually going to get right here. We'll make this guy vulnerable, take him out real fast. And lots of guys using the Tepos right now. They just cannot contend with how... Oops, I ran into a wall. Let's just run into him now. There it is. They just can't compete with how strong he is. He's so tanky, so incredibly tanky. And the skills that we actually added in today, they help quite a bit. So for this one, all we got to do is loot an object. So we'll go ahead and fill up our health right there. And then here is the chest we're going to have to loot. And this will polish off that contract. I do believe we got some more. Yeah, over here, there's some more. Once you've done enough of these, you start to learn also what you're going to be walking into just by the look of them. So you might recognize that there's going to be a certain enemy always within this specific kind of... let's fill up our arrows in case we aren't. Yeah, we're getting some more arrows there. Some silent arrows. But you start to recognize just by walking up to one, you're going to know right away, like, oh, okay, I know this enemy's always in this kind of encampment. It's always basically determined by like a tile set for each encampment. So now we should just be able to make our way along this side of the river here, and this should bring us right up to our next one. We've actually done one in this area before for the contracts. And just to make sure, I am going to mark it. That way I don't get lost on the way. Yeah, right there it is. So this should take us right to it. There's a bunch of opportunities along this trail as well to get Sumi E's. So if you guys did miss any of the Sumi E's that we got before, you can make your way down this trail and find a whole bunch of them along the way, including one that'll be right by this actually. And we might get this. So if I hop off here, there is a chance that we can get a Sumi E right here in this river. It can be ducks that are actually right about there, but we did not get it. So I know already in this place, I know that because of what I was just talking about, I know that there is an enemy that's going to be able to call in troops, and he's going to be located back here. So I'm just going to bust in the wall here. And as I bust in the wall, I'm going to target him. Oh, wow. We kind of got a mess going on here. Here, we'll kick him away from everybody else. It's just incredibly fast to build up your adrenaline with Yasuke. All right, so now that we got him dealt with, now we can start making our way around and taking out all the snipers. All right, so he's dealt with. Let's actually unlock and make our way over here. Whoa! Dodges are always your best friend with Yasuke. All right, so now we have one more guy we're actually going to deal with right here, right away. And we're going to go ahead, charge up and attack. Oh, he caught me on the way in. So that should kill him. I'm kind of trapped in a corner right now. One thing I really would like to see the developers work on when it comes to this game is the hijacking of the camera that happens in this. It happens quite often where you are unable to move your camera, and it kind of puts you in a place where you are unable to sort of line up the next person that you want to attack. So it happens often right after a posture attack. You get locked in on your camera and you can't move it. And it really, where it hurts is when you're trying to target the next person in line, your camera's sort of stuck and you can't reposition it so that you can lock onto your next enemy. So I hope that's something that the hijacking of the camera is something really intrusive, I think, and hurts the combat in this game. Hopefully they fix that at some point. I am not holding my breath on it, but it would be nice. Let's go ahead and fill up all of our rations. And then that should be it for this one. So we are done here now. So we're going to go ahead and call up the horse. Go to the map. And our next spot that we're going to stop at is going to be right here. It's going to be a viewpoint. There's also going to be some bandits there for us to take out. So we'll just activate the Pathfinder. And this will lead us right there. There is a Ronin. So if you actually hold LB and then hold the right trigger or the right bumper, you can actually do these strikes now, which are amazing. They are stronger than its normal attacks and actually also turn into posture attacks now when you hold them down. So that was a Ronin. Got 817 Mon for them. Remember, always be killing every Ronin that you see. They are great for Mon. Great way to get some gear as well, too, especially later on in the game when you're looking for those epics. All right, let's put this horse into high gear now. We're already almost an hour into this episode. Not sure if we're going to get to our big main quest that I wanted to do today. That might end up being put off for the next episode. If it is, oh well, that's no big deal. So we are now at Yawata Plains. And I'm not sure if we can actually do this one as Yasuke. We may end up having to switch to Naoe for this one. No. We're actually going to go up the side here. It's either this one or the Lost Hills one that you have to do as Naoe. I think this one actually has a enemy encampment at it, though. So we're going to be able... Yeah, this is the bamboo cutters camp. So we're just going to go right at it here. No hesitation whatsoever. And she's taken out. So we do have one elite here. Amazing. One thing that's awesome is you can always dodge out of the sheath attack if you want. That makes it even more useful. Knew that he wouldn't be able to get that attack off in time. So there are bundles of materials that are located along here.
This will be quick.
So we're actually going to use an arrow right here. I wanted to be able to... I got the... Oh, boy. I have the auto aim on, or aim assistance, and it's almost too good sometimes. So here's a chest right here. This is going to be one of those good chests that give you a leveled piece of gear. We can also smuggle some resources here, but of course we already used up all of our resources. Some Teppo ammo as well. And I believe there is some more resources right here. And I was going to say, I think there's a chest somewhere around here, right here. So we got a nice valuable from that one. A bundle of resources right here. And I was going to say, I think there's another bundle of resources right on the other side here. No, that's the other one. Is that the one there I'm thinking about? Yeah, there it is. There's some minerals over here. So some more minerals right here. Now we're going to work our way up along the right-hand side. There might be an enemy down below. That might have been the elite right there. So normally the elite stands right there. I don't mind if these guys see us. Not really scared of them, that's for sure. Let's make our way up here. He's dealt with. Another big bundle of resources. See, so you can just dodge right out of the sheath attack if you really want to. Well, what? All right, so she's dead. We just let her come up. Give the old sheath attack upon arrival. Right back down she goes. How'd that feel? All right, and I do believe there's another bundle of resources right here if you haven't used up all of your scouts by now. Free up our arrows. Fill up our rations, which will fill up our health as well. I really like this outfit for Yasuke. It makes him seem like thinner, I guess would be a good word for it. I don't know. I just like the way it looks. Now, I believe there is a chest that can be opened up here. Yeah, right here. Got ourselves another bow. And once up here, we can get him on this block of wood and use this to actually climb up. But you can see just how much slower he is. It's much harder to get around and get these, get to the top of the towers and whatnot with him. Then there's a lot of them that you actually cannot, no matter what you do, get to the top of them. You will actually need the grappling hook for those. He's a little bit wobbly. All right, we're going to go ahead and look around, make sure we activate all those little white dots. I don't think we have anything left to discover in this area, to be honest. Yeah, nothing else new showed up. So the next thing that we're going to be going for is going to be this right here, and it's actually going to be a coffin. A kafun? Coffin? I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that, but we're going with that. All right, let's call up the horse. Activate the Pathfinder. It should lead us right down this path. Actually, it probably won't because this isn't an actual path for the horse. Can the horse jump this? I knew it. Amazing. Great job, Butt Stallion. You're amazing. Nailed it. First try. All right, so now we just go ahead and follow this path. So this one's going to be the first example of a coffin that can only be, well, actually, no. The other coffin that we have done is called the old coffin, and I'm just going to keep pronouncing it that way, so hopefully nobody's offended by my pronunciation of coffin. But the last coffin that we did, which is called the old coffin, you are only able to do as Naoe because of her size. Did I take the wrong turn here? Is it just not going to lead me anywhere? I must have taken a wrong turn. But the last one that we did with Naoe could only be done with Naoe. That was the first coffin that we did. It was called the old coffin. And because she's so small, she could actually slide through the crevice. And that one, Yasuke, is too big to actually fit in there. Now, there's always going to be something that prevents the other one from doing it. So this will be one of those situations. And it looks like it might have given us the long way around here, which is no big deal. We might run into another Sumi-E along the way. So I've been trying to get all the Sumi-E's in. One thing I have to apologize about is I always forget to show them on the map to you guys. I do that on a regular basis, I've realized. And I really wish I had been a lot better about that. You know what? These guys are bandits, so we're going to go ahead and fight these guys. This guy is a professional rock thrower. Well, that's not good. We'll just kick that guy out of here. I'm trying to switch my lock on to the other guy. So that's one thing I wish that the game you could do a little bit better in this game is is he gonna do a second swing? Yeah, he is. We'll wait for him to come in. We'll get him with this. Yay! Did he actually hit me there? He did. Oh, did I just stab him in the man junk? Take that in your pouch. One thing I really wish that they would add into the game or make it possible is if an enemy is actually behind you, you are unable to switch your lock on to somebody that is behind you. So now I feel like I should probably stop here because I have a feeling I know what this is going to be. This is going to be a vendor that is along the road. I think this is the first time.
Discerning customer.
I think this is the first time that we've encountered this kind of merchant. And this is an itinerant vendor. So this is the first time we've ever encountered one of these. So this is pretty awesome. So itinerant vendors allow you to buy like crafting materials, special crafting materials. Also, you can buy valuables from them or sell valuables to them. But what they do is you are able to sell your resources to them for considerably higher. And that is denoted by the value that you see above the price. So it's 3 per each one of these. So you can see that there's a little red arrow with a value going up across the board on all your materials. It'll be the exact same way. You get a lot more for your materials if you sell them to an itinerant vendor. So make sure that you're doing that. Just the same as, like I told you in the last episode, if you want to sell your valuables, the best place to sell your valuables is going to be to a port trader.
Farewell.
Farewell to you too, my friend. All right, let's go ahead and hop on the horse. Continue on forward to our Kofun. There is a little camp here along the way. A great way to, if you see one of these along the way, I feel like I just want to point this out. You can always go and do these. These would be a position where a contract could have happened at, but it just was not chosen. But what is still here is the bundles of resources that you will see at these are still here. So you can always come here just to get the bundles of resources if that's what you want to do. So we have a guy that's calling in reinforcements here on the regs right now. Gonna have to try and take these guys out somewhat quickly. Then we can really concentrate on him. I think maybe it's not one of the guys that call in the reinforcements. Those guys can be such a pain at times. Oh, what a nice lady. I think we can actually use her as a reward to get back our scouts.
Your captors no longer rule this place.
I am grateful. How can I thank you?
Scouts. I need more scouts.
Help my scouts by keeping an eye out.
Hey. Awesome. So now got one of our scouts back, which is dope. Go ahead and grab. So these resources are still here, even though this didn't get chosen as one of the spots for a contract to happen at. You can still find the resources at these as well, and even find maybe a person that you can up some of your scouts as well. So if you're just looking for something to do along the way, or you see it and you feel like stopping, doesn't hurt to actually do it. You do get rewarded for it. And we are here now at our next coffin. And we're actually going to be able to see how this coffin is a coffin. This coffin is actually only able to be done by none other than Yasuke. And now you'll actually recognize why I chose to use the bow in today's episode as well. There is some enemies down here. Let's go pick a fight. Let's pick a fight. I'm just gonna kill monks, apparently. Did I just get hit there? I did. I noticed that I have not been doing much in the way of gameplay with Yasuke. So I was like, you know what? I suppose it's Yasuke, right? That's what everybody calls him in the game. But I realized that I wasn't doing much gameplay with him, so I figured today we'd get a good chunk of Yasuke in. I do prefer Naoe in a lot of ways. All right, so now the reason why this can only be done by none other than Yasuke is because he can actually carry heavy objects like these right here. And everybody knows classic video game talk. If it's red, it explodes, right? So we're going to actually aim at this one with the bow. And bam, you can actually blow open these things with Yasuke. And it's the only way that you can get one of them down there. All right, so this is a decently long Kafun, but right off the bat, there's going to be a chest right in the very beginning. We'll go ahead, and that's a rare Kasurigama. And if we actually look around, you can see there's our chest, our legendary chest for the end of it. And make sure that you are sort of looking around. So now this way is going to be blocked. You can't actually move those bookshelves or whatever. So this is another way to sort of limit who can control or who can enter in on this one. But if we move that one aside, we sort of just follow the path. We're going to end up right here. We're going to grab this one. We're going to move this back into the middle of the room right about there. And you'll see that there is more rubble up over there and more rubble here. So this will clear the way for this. You can see there is no more of the explodey barrels, but if we follow this path along, eventually we're going to come out on the other side of the rubble that we had seen to our right. And then right here will be 2 explodey barrels. We can throw that one right there. We can grab this one then, and then bring this one inside of the room. And the reason why we moved that bookcase or whatever it is, that shelf to the middle of the room is we're going to throw that right there. Now we can jump on this from here and we can shoot it without doing damage to ourselves. And bam. So before we move on through here, we're actually going to come back in this room, jump up on here. And there's going to be a refill of arrows. There we go. Got all of our arrows back. Now we can proceed up through this doorway. I believe you can go either way. We're going to start off by going to the right. And then we can jump down in the water. Hold down the B button, and there's going to be a chest down here in the water. Thank you. And we'll get out of the water on the opposite side, and you might have seen that there is a pathway that crosses over up top. Keep that in the back of your mind. Now here we are at the top of that. We're actually going to come over here. We're going to break these barrels, and in here we're going to have ourselves one of the explodey things. And if we take this out over here, we can aim it, throw it. As it rolls up the hill, explode it, and make our way through this doorway. And now if we crouch down, get on the ground, or go prone, we can hop up. Remember, you can always find chests by holding down the left trigger, and yeah, you can actually spot them. Now, Yasuke is a heavy boy. He's a big boy. So when you go to try and move across anything like the ropes, they actually snap. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this bookcase. We're going to pull this all the way back into this room. And again, we're going to put this about the center of the room, right about here. That works. Of course, we got to come and grab our chest, right? There you go. A new long katana. That it looks like a definite replacement for the one that we have, maybe. 25% critical damage when health is full. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think we're actually going to keep the one that we have, though. And then if we climb on top of this, we can then jump across over here. And no rope is needed. And now we are in another, this is a pretty good puzzle. I like this one, but you gotta actually pull this one back to here. And then you go around the side, and we're gonna shove this in to that little notch. Then we're gonna take this one out. And then we're gonna move this one into this little notch. Just like so. If we come up here, you're going to see that this actually can't be moved. So we have to we're trying to figure out a way to get back in there. But if we come in this area, and I believe we're going to follow this all the way down and around. Now we can see why we couldn't move these from the opposite side. So we're going to move that one to the side, move this one to the side. Once those are out of the way, we turn around, we can see that we have another explodey barrel right here. And now this one, we're not going to be able to just simply throw it from the ground. We actually have to climb up here, jump over to this one. Then we can make the throw, exploderize it, and then jump over here. And proceed down the hallway. And here we are at our legendary chest.
Now, to find a way out of here.
There it is. Another legendary bow. And we also got a knowledge point for this as well, which is kind of awesome. Not the greatest bow, in my opinion. This one is called the Blush of the Earth. And it says extend clear mind duration by 5 seconds. Now, if you are using clear mind, which clear mind is pretty awesome, it slows down time when you actually aim in to shoot somebody. It is located in the mastery tree under the bow skill here. And clear mind is an actual active skill that you're going to use. So you activate it, and then for 10 seconds, time slows down around you while you're aiming. So that extends it for another 10 seconds. It's not exactly bad, right? Like it's not horrible, but I actually like the one that we're going to be using right now a little bit better. But definitely, I'm sorry, an extra 5 seconds. So the total 15 seconds total is not bad. It's 15 seconds of straight headshots. It can be more useful if you take that legendary perk and put it on a bow with another legendary perk that we'll find later on in the game. But now we just got to find a way out of here. All we're going to do is shove this one aside, and we're going to realize that this is actually the way that we couldn't go at the very beginning of the coffin. And we are done. This is the stairway out of here, and that is our first Yasuke exclusive coffin. All right, and we do have one more thing to do with Yasuke yet today. So let's call up the horse. And we're going to start heading for the next question mark in line here. Activate the Pathfinder. You know, I like that the horse doesn't despawn and come back. It remains where it is for a long time. There's something about that I like. I don't know if it's just more immersive that he's still in the world where you left him. So you'll see him run from a completely different direction than you're expecting sometimes. I like that. And we're just going to follow this path. And this is actually going to be a kata. So we're going to get another knowledge point, putting us even closer to that elusive knowledge rank 4. And when you do this, I am going to make a warning to you. Do not leave the horse here like on the trail. Pull the horse way off to the side somewhere, because otherwise he can actually be in your view while doing the kata.
I have traveled far to spread the teachings of my master and his master before him. I will grasp the Naginata until I die, to pass on this art form to the next generation. Do you wish to be part of this legacy?
I do. And this is actually going to be using the Naginata. One of my favorite weapons in any game whatsoever. Such a cool weapon. Awesome move there. That 3 RB move right there was awesome. I like the finisher move on it. Nice. That's 2 in a row I got on the first try. Can't believe it. I'm getting better. And there it is. Another kata completed, another 500 XP, another knowledge point. So many things got done today. I think that is where we're going to end it. Thank you guys so much for joining me for a lengthy, a little bit of a different format as well. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this format. Would you rather have it cut up, the running taken out and me sort of doing a lot of editing? Or would you guys rather have this more personal one-on-one, I'm guiding you your way through the world kind of deal? Let me know down in the comments. As always, if you guys did like this episode, make sure you click the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click that little bell notification icon if you guys never want to miss another episode. Thank you guys so much. And as always, remember, life is short. Pause, save, and I will see you in the next episode.